Peace. Welcome back to the Voices of Reason show. I'm your host, and today we have a very special guest. We got my brother, Mr. Richard Webb, in the building, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself. What's up, bro?
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
me on the
coming,
show.
man.
No problem
Thank you
at all.
for being here, man.
My name is Richard Webb. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the 100 Black Men of Omaha. Started in September of 2017, and the most best, I'm a product of the 100 Black Men of Omaha. Starting in the 8th grade, give it back to my community, showing our youth that they're youth with promise and not at-risk youth.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. That's a big accomplishment, man. Congrats on that, man.
Thanks, a blessing.
So you came through the program?
I did. Started in the 8th grade with the African American History Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen that on the website, the African American History Challenge. What's that all about?
So the African American History Challenge, we just did the 18th annual one in February.
18th.
And what we do is we take middle school and high school participants from all of the Omaha Metro schools and have a competition. And what they do is, when I did it in the 8th grade, it was Before the Mayflowers, the book I read, which was a long book, but it really dug into the history of African American culture and the people, to really let our kids know the true history of African American people.
Right.
And then most recently now they used Henry Great's Life Upon These Shores is the book that they utilize. So we start them roughly in September, where they get together with the team, they study this book, they read the book, and then we come up with some questions to make it interesting and fun. We have 6 study review sessions for them. And then in February, the first weekend of Black History Month, we have a competition that's traditionally been held at North High in Omaha, and we have all the teams compete. There's 2 students on stage, and then the third alternate is in the audience until they want to switch off and have that person come up on stage also. So there's 2 people for each team competing, and they get points assessed. If they click the buzzer while the moderator asks a question, they get the answer right, they move on with the points.
I love that.
And then so that's the local competition. So when they win, we provide incentives for them, so monetary incentives for them for the winners for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place in middle school and high school. And the ultimate winner from middle school and high school gets to go down to the national conference from the 100 Black Men of America. So we have Beveridge Middle School and we have Creighton Prep this year that we're taking down to Hollywood, Florida, June 13th through the 17th to compete with all of the different chapters throughout the 100 Black Men of America.
Wow,
So
right, because y'all nationwide, right?
Yes, over 100 chapters.
Yeah. I see. And what year did y'all start doing this?
So in Omaha, we started in 1995, but the 100 Black Men of America started in 1963 in New York.
In New York, okay, that's nice. I like that. So who founded this organization?
Yep, so there was a key group of core individuals who founded it in 1963 in New York. Most notably, you're probably talking about Jackie Robinson. It was at the table. They had founded it, and they just came together and they said, hey, how can we help our youth in our community be prosperous? How can we show them that there are African American professionals here that can lift them up? Our key motto is what they see is what they'll be. So we strategically wanted to place African American successful men in front of them to show, hey, you can get here and we can help you get here. That's the biggest thing. We can pull you up and help you get here. And, you know, successful, let me define that a little bit, because successful doesn't mean that they're in a suit and tie, even though I'm in one today, but it doesn't mean they're in a suit and tie every single day, right? Successful could be, you know, in your trade. Successful could be, you know, you being your own entrepreneur. Successful can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but we really want to promote positive young men growing up and being an asset to the community in which they live in.
Right. That's a beautiful thing. I love that too. That was the main reason that I wanted to ask you to come up, was because I wanted to help get the visibility up, you know, the humble amount that we can do.
Yes.
But it's like, I really believe in the programs, and you're definitely right. Like, young men will be what they see.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right. So what other kind of initiatives do y'all do?
So we have membership, then we have mentoring. So we're founded on mentoring. 80% of what we do directly is impacted by our mentoring.
Okay.
And like I said, me going through the program, I have an eye-level look from being a mentee, being a mentor, being on the board, being treasurer of the board, being president-elect of the board, and now being CEO for the organization.
Okay.
And what we're in right now is a mode where we had a strategic board retreat where we created a new 3-year strategic plan for the organization, which included getting more members, getting more mentors, creating more direct impact for our youth. Centering around exactly where we're supposed to be with the mission is impacting our youth. And I think that's where we are right now in that turning mindset of, like I said, really focusing on our youth. How do we impact them from all different angles? And really letting them know some of the tricks of the trades that maybe we didn't know growing up. So it's not only putting a professional man in front of them, but putting professional African-American men in front of them that can have multiple different levels of stories. Not just your, upper echelon men, changing the mindset in the community that sometimes is promoted that, the 100 Black men, you have to be of some type of stature to be part of the 100 Black men. That's
what I always thought.
Yeah, that's never been our initiative. That's never been what we wanted to do. We always want to include everybody. We want positive experiences because no matter if you are a plumber or no matter if you are a CEO, you have an experience that you can give to our kids, and our kids can connect with that. That's the biggest thing, connecting with our youth, because if you don't connect with them, they won't learn from you. But if you connect with our youth and they genuinely know that you care and have no hidden agenda, they're more apt to listen to you and they're more apt to follow what you're saying and turn it into reality for themselves.
Definitely, definitely. You're right about that. And because I'm a tradesman, so that's what I'm never sure. Not necessarily with your organization, but I don't know exactly who is the target. Like like I said, I'm a tradesman. They only want people that are involved in like the corporate world, and I think a lot of people feel like that.
So, and that's the perception that we want to change, because that's definitely, like I stated, is not what we want to do. Everyone has an experience. I don't care if you are, 21 years old and you're trying to figure out what you want to do in life, right? Because we believe in mentoring across a lifetime. So if you do have seasoned veterans that are a part of the membership, seasoned veterans that are a part of the mentorship program when it comes to the 100, those can help the individuals that are 21 years old trying to figure out what they want to do. And a lot of our, young African-American men don't get the opportunity to learn about trades. So if you said you're in a trade, you know how lucrative it can be, you know how successful you can be. And it's not to get into trades to be a skilled worker. That's the starting point. But the ultimate goal is you take that skills that you learned in the trades and now you create your own business. Now you create your own income coming in, and now you're your own boss. So you can really encourage that entrepreneurial spirit internally from inside yourself so that you can bring it out to the community. And that's where it betters our communities, it betters African-American people that live in our communities. And then, it's just generational wealth creation and generational knowledge creation that you pass down to continue building that foundation stronger.
Definitely, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And that's a key. Like, that's the key to me, is if you put certain things, if you expose kids, like today, I got all the young brothers here with us.
Yeah.
Shout
out to the young brothers.
Yeah, man. I'm glad they're here, you know?
Yes.
Because it's like I want them to come so that they can see, like, you watch TV every day, you watch movies, and like a lot of times it seems like, oh, it's so impossible. But now that they're here, I'm hoping in their mind, they're like, I could do a show better than him. Yeah. Like his show is okay, I could do that better. It inspires them. Because like when I was 21, 20 years old, I didn't have those positive people around me.
Of course, it's key. It's key. I was actually at the Empowerment Network conference yesterday, and Kathy Hughes, I'm sure you're familiar with Kathy Hughes, communications legend, born and raised here in Omaha.
Definitely.
And what she stated, it really hit me hard. When we talk about the kids being able to see, whatever they want to be in front of them, it's a privilege for that, but then also it's a duty for us, right? To not only show them that, but to show them how to get there. And really, when you pass in that torch, the best way to pass a torch is through experience, right?
Definitely.
So like you said, we have a young man here that's working behind the scenes and creating things happening for us. They're getting hands-on experience now, right? So now not only do I want to make a show better than him, I got the experience at an earlier age to create that foundation for me, so now I can know what to build up on, right? I mean, it's kind of like life. You go through life, you experience things, right? And when you experience it, okay, now the next time that happens, I know how to do it. But if you'd experienced that 10 years ago, you wouldn't have had to experience it now, right?
Right, you would already know.
So when our youth are experiencing that now it's like, okay, I know how to operate a camera. I know how to operate sound. I know I can't be moving in the background.
Yeah.
So now whenever I get, to the age where I have my own show, now I'm having other young men or young ladies behind the scenes saying, hey, now I know what to do.
Exactly, exactly.
Experience is the biggest teacher is what my dad always told me.
Right, I agree with that. And you get that confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes things can be intimidating, but once you do it, it's like, oh, it's nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's what I like.
Especially when you talk about confidence. Another thing that, initiative that we changed after we had our strategic board retreat was really our verbiage. And a lot of the times our youth are referred to as at-risk youth. And I literally hate, referring to our youth as at-risk youth.
Me too.
Out of all of our different programs, and luckily we haven't done it too much prior to that. But I want to make sure we never do it. That verbiage should never be utilized on any material that we have or that any of our teammates in our office or even our members or our mentors utilize. Because when you ask youth what at-risk youth means to them, they think of it as a very negative and a negative perspective, right? And even though we mean well when we say at-risk youth, because we use that because they have some barriers or potential barriers in their lives that prevent them from making it to the next level. But at the same time, we don't want to never knock them down, because when labels become words and names for our youth, confidence is really thrown out the window. And just like you stated earlier, with confidence, you can do anything.
Yeah.
If I'm confident that I'm going to make it and I'm going to jump and dunk a ball, I'm going to jump and dunk a ball.
You're going to find a way.
I'm going to find a way to make it happen, right?
Definitely.
But if I have people who think that, okay, well, I'm going to say this verbiage, and I know what this verbiage means, but they don't know what this verbiage means, and they take it in a negative perspective, you're hurting them without even knowing it. And I don't believe that's the intention of a lot of adults. We never want to hurt our young men and young women growing up, but we really have to think about how we say, what we say, and get their input.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Because I remember when I think I was in middle school or sometime, and it was like the whole big study went that like a lot of young black men wouldn't live past 24 and all of this. And then like everything that's going on around me, myself and a lot of other people, we kind of bought into that, not even really thinking about it, to where it's like, I'm not planning for my 30s because it's like I'm 16 and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to probably be dead by this time, And it took for older brothers to get me and say, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 50, like you're going to be all right. So I definitely agree with that, because I think their intention was to, inspire us, like don't fall into these traps. But like you said, it translated wrong.
Yeah, especially a lot of kids, they thrive off of that attention, right?
Right.
They thrive off of that attention that, somebody sows good seeds in them, right? When you sow a good seed, it's going to grow a great harvest, right? So that's what we continuously have to do with our kids. We have to build relationships with our kids. We have to show our kids that we genuinely care about them, that we have not only the confidence in them, but we have resources set aside to help them through whatever challenges they might be going through, and we can talk them through it. And the biggest thing, when we created Real Talk with the 100, which we started in January with our young men, is getting them together and understanding that what you're going through, we've been through. Right. And bring it down to their talking level, right? So not using big words, just being real and authentic, having a curriculum that you're going to create that goes along with that Real Talk session, but then also letting it be organic. So if the youth have a conversation that they're facing at that point in time, or if the youth have a question that they want to ask, or maybe want to get some input from everybody in the room, allow them to ask that question and let them veer off, right? Because what you want to do is you want to create direct impact. So we can create a whole agenda for the day, but if they're led and they want to go into a different conversation topic that's meaningful still and it's going to cause more direct impact in their life, that's where we're going. That organic discussion is what really matters. Yeah,
definitely. I definitely agree with that. So is there like what's the target age range?
So we start off at the 3rd through 6th grade. So we have a program that's called the Saturday Academy. So it's our only co-ed program that we have for young men and young ladies. That's 3rd through 6th. And that starts off in September of every year and goes all the way through the end of April, beginning of May, depending on what that school year looks like. So we have state certified teachers that come in and help with math and reading, which are two known areas that need improvement with our children. So we start off with the teachers coming in and they test the kids utilizing a program called MobiMac. and really help them build throughout every Saturday from like September all the way through the beginning of May, helping them out. And then we have one-on-one and group mentoring that starts off at 6th grade for our young men. And we're trying to form a partnership right now with Girls Inc. to help our young women to go after 6th grade, go directly to Girls Inc. So it's not like they just drop out of the Saturday Academy. We're always trying to find ways to make sure we connect because we care about all of our youth being successful. And so from the 6th grade through the 12th grade, we have the mentoring where it's one-on-one, and we've actually just had also a collegiate 100, which we're trying to form right now, where we're helping out college-age students and then mentoring through a lifetime, hoping that they continue to rely on the veterans that are engaged, whether that be a member or whether that be a mentor to help them continuously grow because, like I stated earlier, we believe in mentoring across a lifetime. So prime example, I'm still being mentored by a couple of leaders in our community who I trust.
Right, right. That's a beautiful thing too. Like that lifelong support.
Oh, of course. I mean, you know, my dad used to always tell me also, he said, when you stop learning, then you stop living, basically.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah. So, you know, every day is a new learning opportunity. And, you know, I tell everybody, you know, I'm a young man. I've been blessed to be in the position I am at 30 years old. And what my motto is I continuously learn. I continuously want to learn more and more. And what I always believe in my heart is if you do what's right, you can't go wrong. But if you do what's wrong, you can't go right.
Right.
I mean, I think it's, you know, it's simply put like that.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, nobody has the answers to everything. But I believe when you do what's right, you can account for it. And you can make the reason why you did it because it's right.
It's right, exactly.
Can't nobody argue if it's right.
Definitely. And it's like guilt-free living.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, I did what was right, no matter of the outcome.
Yeah.
You know, and that I really stress that too, to my personal life and to everybody younger than me. Like if you're on the side of being right, you don't have a worry.
Yeah,
you know? You know, it's gonna always come out on top. Okay, I don't know. I didn't check to see, but I seen it online that you are winning the YBI award this year.
Yes, blessed to win that. Yes.
Yeah.
Young Black and Influential Awards.
Yes, definitely. Yes. How has that experience been so far?
You know, it's been beautiful. Ashley, last year was the first annual one. She's really done great things to bring experiences and bring also attention to young Black influential leaders in our community and building them up, right?
Definitely.
As we know, there's a lot of different initiatives going around, specifically around Black young professionals when you talk about the Black YP survey. And I used to be president of the Urban League Young Professionals last year. And I know that, you know, we helped with that as far as sponsored a table at the YBI. We were really excited about what Ashley's doing. She's really brought not only a thought in her head, but she's put things together to really bring it to the light, like I said, when you're talking about young Black and Influential Award winners. And really what it does is it creates a cohort, it creates a community internally inside of our community that helps us kind of sharpen each other and understand that we really need to work together, right? Because we all should have one common goal, and that's to make our Blackness unique, make our Blackness shown successfully, and make sure our Blackness is comfortable. You know, I mean, there's, you know, I'm pretty sure you heard about, you know, Simone Sanders, the whole comment when it came to her nails, right? I mean, what is nails? What is hair? What is anything like that make you feel like you have to be smaller, right? Because it's not the truth. I mean, it kind of goes back to nobody knows the answer to everything.
Right.
But your hair or your nails or anything of that nature doesn't go to, I mean, I know some people who, you know, some friends of mine who never wear a suit a day in their life. They make $150,000 a year. You know, and I don't make $150,000 a year. But they never wear a suit a day in their life, and they're very intelligent, right? I mean, very, very intelligent.
Exactly.
So I think it really brings out the right intentions. I'm very excited to be the winner of this award. I'm excited to be a part of the cohort, and I look forward to not only winning it this year, but continuously helping, you know, speak up the engagement and the motivation for future winners. And congratulations to all the 2018 winners for this. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, it's a big thing, and I noticed that it wasn't anything like that here, and I think that's very important to, you know, because I mean, it's one thing to get recognized outside of your community, but to be recognized in the community that you're in, it really means a lot.
Yeah, and see, the other thing with that is, we have, the young professionals, like I stated, with me being the president last year, we created a Black event also for Black YPs. So the Black YP Gala, we had our first annual one last year. And
I think I was there.
Yeah, and we see what really broke down to it is, similar to YBI, it recognizes some individuals who maybe haven't gotten recognized before, right? And I mean, when we had the gala last year for the YP, Black YPs, there were individuals like there were teachers and people who own their own business who came up and said, they were crying at the mic and saying, I never thought I was going to be recognized. But those are young professionals also. And sometimes those young professionals are working twice as hard because they're entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
So, it's a great feeling whenever you can give back to the community and when you can recognize somebody who feels that maybe they go unrecognized and they're working very hard.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. It's definitely needed.
Yes.
So, okay, if anyone wanted to be involved, could you let them know how they can get in touch and, all of those good things?
Yep. So we have a Facebook page, the 100 Black Men of Omaha. We also have an office location right off of 24th and Grant, so 2221 Grant Street. And then you can reach out to us via our phone number, 402-934-7065. Or else you can find me on Facebook, Richard Webb on Facebook.
Definitely. So what, I'm sorry, is there anything that would stop you from being able to be involved? Like, is it a certain commitment that you have to make to the organization?
Yep. So, like I said, we found ourselves on mentoring. Mentoring is the biggest thing. When we talk about mentoring, we talk about 1 year commitment. What we're hoping is, of course, with that 1 year, it kind of grows and grows with the relationship that you've had. I've been matched 3 times already, and every one of my mentees has been very successful. And one went to the services. The mentee I have right now, he just graduated from Jesuit. I'm very proud of him.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's going to high school next year. And we've all of my mentees, we've built a relationship to whereas, they come boating with my family. Right. We just talk. And one thing that we try to get away from is mentorship is not just about negativity, right? It's not you need a mentor because you're negative. And sometimes we got to get that perception out of people's minds because they think, okay, well, he needs a mentor. What is he doing wrong?
Wrong, yeah.
No. Every successful man has, or even successful women has multiple mentors that they'll tell you about. So we're changing that, but we ask for 4 hours a month at the minimum, and that can look a lot of different ways. That could look at coming to a real talk for 2 hours. That could look like phone conversations. That could look like you going to supporting your mentees, sporting events. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved if you wanted to, and even if you didn't want to do one-on-one, we have Real Talk, which is a group mentoring that you can come to also.
All right, cool. So that's all the information that you would need. So if you got it in your heart, or if you got some type of experience that you would like to share, I'm sure that it's always a place. Yes. Like the brother said, it's always a place for everyone. So with that, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you doing this.
Thank you. No problem.
I really do.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So once again, we've come to the end, my friends. So please check out the website, thevoicesofreasonshow.com. You can find all the follow-up information if you want to get in touch, or if you have something that you want to say. Your comments are always welcome. So with that, I'm going to say peace, and thanks for viewing. Beautiful.
All right, thanks, man.
Man, thank you.
Are you ready?
1 second.
We're almost ready.
You're supposed to be quiet. No, you got introduce yourself.
All right, ladies, take it away. Say hi. Tell everybody your name.
Hi, I'm Zanaya, and I have 2 guests here. Hi, my name is Shayana. Hi, my name is Nayara. Rick Crawford. Well, today, I'm with these 2. Honestly, we live together, but these 2 have challenges on YouTube. They both do the same challenges. All you gotta do is look up her. But I forgot what hers is. But her, all you gotta do is look up hers, and then you got hers. And just now we're finna play a game. I gotta get it. So, the game is called Who's most likely to? Okay, you ready? Who's most likely to open the door without shutting it? You? What about you? What do you think it is? It's hard.
I don't got nothing.
Well, I guess that's it.
No.
Who's most likely to turn on the lights and go to sleep with the lights on? You? Who is most likely to do a physically video on one of each other's on one phone? You. Who's most likely to go in somebody's room, sleep in there for the whole night, and then leave in the morning? That is me, though. Okay. So, who's most likely to jump on top of the bed and then get off because they don't want to sleep up there? Who's most likely to not sleep in their room? You, both of you? You sleep in mommy's room. You sleep in my room.
Sometimes.
Who's most likely to turn off the TV and then get mad because they don't want to watch what they turned away? All of you? Well, that's it. Come on. You too. Come on.
Okay, come on. Tell everybody. You gotta look in this camera right here.
Come on, get up.
All right.
You gotta get up.
You shy? It's okay. She don't have to.
Okay.
All right. Look in this camera right here. Tell everybody. Bye. Say whatever you want to say. We about to leave.
Bye, we about to leave.
Come on.
Come
That's how
on.
you do it.
Come on.
Peace. All right. Good job.
I was doing
That
there.
was good. You gotta come over here real quick. You gotta come over here and say bye. Tell them bye. We leaving. You gotta tell them bye.
Peace out.
We gotta do it next time. It's no more show. It's over. It was good. You did good. You did good.
You can do it.
Let me see. You did good. What's wrong?